Whenever I was 8, Brett was 9, and Bradley was 7. We were taken away from CPS. I lost contact with him for several years. I got a letter in the mail about 2 years ago for Brett, and it was asking me if I wished to know medical information on him. Up till that point, I had no idea where he was at, and so there was a phone number at the bottom, and I called it. Fast forward a month, I got the same letter for Bradley, and I called it, and that's kind of where we all began.
It was just emotional. Everything at that point was emotional for everything he was going through, and just the change was hard on him, it was hard on Mom, it was hard on everybody, just making sure that she had done the right thing.
I don't think I'd have a relationship with him.
At home he was a little angry sometimes, and I think it came from being stuck in the house more often. He had a great life at home, but he didn't have those interactions and that exposure.
Driving to Lubbock and getting there often was quite hard, and so I think after a while, even though I wouldn't have wanted to give up, I would have had to. And then with Brett, just some of the things that he was going through and stuff, I think that one I would have had enough after a while, honestly. As much as I love both of them, it wasn't a good place for either of them to be.
Summer after my freshman year, Tate called, and he had moved into a house with Advo. He was so excited and called me so many times.
When I met Carla and got to know Advo, I knew my prayers had been answered because I wanted Wade taken care of. I always promised my mother that I would make sure Wade was taken care of, and that was a promise that I was going to keep.
I feel like they have so much more opportunity.
Advo gave him the strength and utilities to do that. You know, he has his own home that he goes to, with everyone else, but I think he's just living his life now.
A lot of people think that maybe he just sits and watches TV and is not really productive, and they don't realize what Advo has brought to his life. He has a job. He works every day.
From 8 to 3.
8 to 3, gets a paycheck. He donates his allowance, to different causes. It's because, Tate's rich. He's rich in all the things that matters. He's rich in love and happiness. And, they're the first ones to give you anything. You can be like, I want to go to lunch. And he's like, I'll have $5. I'll take you. I'll take you. They're just ready to give you the shirt off their back. I feel like we can all learn something from them about how to truly look at life and live life and look at the things that should truly be important. You can't go to the workshop without a smile on your face.
Whenever I walk in the building to get them, it's automatically a welcome. It's not like I'm an inconvenience to be there. They let me walk back to the workshop and we're greeted by all these people. It's just such a good place to be, and the atmosphere is just so loving, and you can tell that each person that's there is cared for. You go in that door and you're greeted, and I'm not much of a touchy-feely person, but you know what, I embrace them and I love them, and I'm just so thankful for Advo because it's really taught me to, open up and be okay with being loved on, and getting to love on Brett and Bradley and some of their friends it's just such an awesome feeling.
So grateful for Advo and all they bring to our life, because seeing Tate reach his greatest potential has been amazing. He not only goes to work every day, but plays sports, goes to church. They take him to church on Wednesdays and Sundays. Advo not only gives him a place to work, to give him a job, but they make sure that at what he does, he reaches his highest potential.
I would say his independence is the biggest change. He's grown up and he's no longer dependent on my mom or his mom doing things for him.
And I would say he's became more joyful.
because he found that place where he fit in. And his life was fulfilled, and it still is.
They are different, and you know, society a lot of time doesn't know how to treat them, but they are so absolutely genuine and they love with all their heart.
Advo is a safe place for him to be.
They don't know that. I don't know that I really like Advo better.
You learn you will learn everything, and you will join us, our Advo family. We one happy family.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's work to do.
I think it's good.